After the age of 70, your body loses up to 3% of muscle every single year. Not slowly, not gradually, every year without mercy. And that doesn't just mean getting weaker. That means struggling to stand up from a chair. That means your grip failing when you try to open a jar. That means stairs turning into something you start avoiding. And here's the most dangerous part. Once muscle loss starts accelerating, it feeds on itself. Weak muscles make you move less. Moving less causes even faster muscle loss. It becomes a silent downward spiral toward frailty and dependence. But what if I told you that 6 simple seeds can interrupt that process? And in many cases, reverse it. Not supplements, not injections, not expensive powders. Whole foods that activate muscle growth, reduce inflammation, and help your aging body finally absorb the protein you're already eating. One of these seeds increases protein absorption by up to 50%. Another feeds your muscles for 9 straight hours while you sleep. And the number one seed has been used by elite athletes for decades because of its ability to trigger muscle rebuilding even in older bodies. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which 6 seeds to use, how they work, and how to add them to your day without changing your entire diet. Let's start with the first and most important problem after 70, poor protein absorption. Seed number 1, hemp seeds. The protein absorption. Fix after 70, most people don't lose muscle because they aren't eating protein. They lose muscle because they can't absorb it properly anymore. Stomach acid decreases. Digestive enzymes decline. The intestinal lining becomes less efficient at pulling amino acids into the bloodstream. So even if you eat chicken, fish, eggs, or protein shakes, your muscles may only receive 40–50% of what you consume. That's like paying for groceries and throwing half of them away. Hemp seeds solve this problem in a very unusual way. They contain a highly digestible protein called edestand, which your aging digestive system can absorb far more easily than animal protein. Studies show hemp protein is absorbed up to 50% more efficiently in older adults. That means your muscles finally get the raw materials they need to rebuild. But hemp seeds don't stop there. They also contain the ideal 3.1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fats, which dramatically reduces muscle inflammation. And inflammation is one of the biggest drivers of muscle breakdown. When your muscles are inflamed, your body activates a process called protein catabolism. It literally starts dismantling muscle tissue to deal with the inflammatory stress. So even if you're eating protein, inflammation can cancel out the benefit. Hemp seeds protect muscle from being destroyed while also supplying highly absorbable protein to rebuild it. They also contain gamma-linolenic acid, a rare fat that improves nerve-to-muscle signaling, helping your brain communicate more efficiently with your muscles, which is critical for balance and coordination after 70. How to use 3 tablespoons daily. Add to yogurt, oatmeal, smoothies, or salads. Mild, nutty taste, no strong flavor. Now let's move to the mineral most aging muscles are desperately lacking. Seed number 2, pumpkin seeds, the magnesium powerhouse. Here's a statistic most people never hear. Nearly 70% of adults over 70 are magnesium deficient. And magnesium controls over 300 muscle-related processes in your body. Every contraction, every relaxation, every repair cycle. Without magnesium, muscles cramp, weaken, and recover slowly. Pumpkin seeds deliver about 150 milliliters of magnesium per ounce, nearly half your daily requirement in one small handful. But magnesium does something even more important. It activates vitamin D inside your body. And vitamin D is one of the strongest regulators of muscle protein synthesis. Without magnesium, vitamin D supplements barely work. So many people think they're supporting their muscles, but the signal never gets activated. Research following older adults over several years found that people with adequate magnesium and vitamin D levels maintained up to 40% more leg strength compared to those who were deficient. That's the difference between confident walking and careful shuffling. Pumpkin seeds also provide zinc for hormone balance, tryptophan to improve sleep quality. And sleep is when muscle rebuilding actually happens. How to use: 1 par 4 cup in the evening or as a snack. Add to salads, soups, or eat plain, especially helpful before bedtime. Now we move to the seed that feeds your muscles while you sleep. Seed number 3, chia seeds, nighttime muscle feeding. Chia seeds were called running food by ancient warriors for one reason. They provide slow, steady nutrition for hours. When chia seeds absorb liquid, they form a gel that releases amino acids gradually into your bloodstream for up to 9 hours. That means your muscles receive building blocks during deep sleep when growth hormone peaks. This is when real muscle repair happens. Chia seeds also provide calcium for muscle contraction, fiber for blood sugar stability, hydration support by holding water in your system. Stable blood sugar matters because spikes trigger cortisol, and cortisol destroys muscle tissue. Chia seeds help protect muscle by keeping your metabolism calm and steady. Studies in older adults show improved endurance, faster recovery, and better muscle quality after consistent chia use. How to use? 2 tablespoons daily, mix into water, smoothies, or overnight pudding. Best taken in the evening or before walking. Now let's talk about hormones, the hidden controller of muscle loss. Now let's talk about something most people completely ignore when it comes to muscle loss after 70. Hormones and inflammation. You can eat protein, you can walk every day, but if your hormone balance is off and inflammation stays high, your body will still choose muscle breakdown over muscle building, and this is where the next 2 seeds become extremely powerful. Seed number 4. Flax seeds, the hormone balancer. Flax seeds contain more lignans than almost any other food on Earth, up to 800 times more than most fruits and vegetables. Lignans are plant compounds that help regulate hormones. And after 70, hormone imbalance becomes one of the biggest drivers of muscle loss. For men, as men age, a protein called sex hormone-binding globulin, SHBG, increases. This protein grabs testosterone and locks it away so your muscles can't use it. Your total testosterone might look normal on a blood test, but your free testosterone, the form that actually builds muscle, is much lower. Lignans help reduce this binding effect, allowing more testosterone to stay active and usable by muscle cells. For women, estrogen breakdown shifts toward more inflammatory forms that accelerate muscle wasting. Lignans help guide estrogen metabolism toward protective pathways, reducing inflammation and supporting muscle preservation. But flax seeds don't stop at hormones. They are also one of the richest plant sources of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, an omega-3 fat that reduces muscle-damaging inflammation by up to 30% in older adults. Lower inflammation means your body is more willing to invest energy into rebuilding tissue instead of fighting internal stress. There's also a powerful gut connection. Flax fiber feeds beneficial gut bacteria that produce short-chain fatty acids, compounds now known to help preserve muscle mass during aging through gut muscle signaling pathways. Yes, your gut bacteria are actively involved in whether your muscles grow or shrink. Critical rule: flax seeds must be ground. Whole flax seeds pass through your body almost completely undigested. If you don't grind them, you get almost no benefit. How to use? 2 tablespoons ground flax daily. Add to oatmeal, yogurt, smoothies. Store ground flax in the refrigerator. Now let's move to the seed that rebuilds muscle energy at the cellular level. Seed number 5, sesame seeds, calcium plus. Mitochondria boost. Most people think calcium is only about bones, but muscles cannot contract without calcium. When your brain sends a signal to move, calcium floods into the muscle cell and triggers contraction. Without enough calcium, muscle fibers literally cannot fire efficiently. Sesame seeds contain very high levels of bioavailable calcium, and research has shown that calcium from sesame may be absorbed many times more efficiently than calcium from dairy or eggs in older adults. But the real magic of sesame goes deeper, into your mitochondria. Mitochondria are the tiny power plants inside your muscle cells that generate ATP, the energy that fuels every movement. As we age, mitochondria become damaged. Energy production drops, muscles fatigue faster, and recover slower. Black sesame seeds in particular contain compounds that protect mitochondria and may even stimulate new mitochondrial formation. A Japanese study in older adults showed that daily black sesame intake led to increased mitochondrial density in muscle cells, better endurance, faster recovery after activity. In simple terms, the muscles became more energetic and resilient at the cellular level. That's not just strength, that's stamina, balance, Now we come to the final seed. And this one is in a completely different category. Because this seed doesn't just support muscle health, it directly activates muscle growth, even in muscles that have become resistant to building after 70. Seed number 6, Sacha inchi, the leucine trigger. Sacha inchi is a seed native to the Amazon rainforest. Indigenous cultures have used it for over 3,000 years, and modern sports science now knows exactly why it works so well. Sacha inchi is over 60% complete protein by weight. And unlike most plant proteins, it contains all 9 essential amino acids in ideal proportions. But what makes it truly powerful for older adults is its leucine content. Leucine is the amino acid that flips the switch for muscle growth. It activates a pathway inside your muscle cells called mTOR, which tells your body, now is the time to build muscle. Here's the problem after 70. Your muscles develop something called anabolic resistance. That means they stop responding to normal protein signals. A younger person can eat 20 grams of protein and trigger muscle growth. After 70, you may need almost double that amount, and even then the response is weaker. Unless your meal contains enough leucine. Leucine is the key that unlocks the muscle-building door, and Sacha inchi delivers nearly 3 grams of leucine per ounce, more than almost any other natural plant food. To get that from chicken, you'd need a much larger portion. From eggs, you'd need several eggs at once. But with Sacha inchi, a small serving delivers a powerful growth signal. That's why elite athletes in South America have used it for decades to recover faster, reduce muscle soreness, maintain strength during intense training. A study in aging athletes showed that Sacha inchi intake reduced muscle damage markers by over 40% after exercise. That means less breakdown and faster rebuilding, but it doesn't stop there. Sacha inchi is also extremely rich in omega-3 fatty acids, even higher than flax in some preparations. So you're getting muscle-building protein plus inflammation control at the same time. That combination is exactly what aging muscle needs to rebuild safely and consistently. How to use? Eat 1 ounce of roasted Sacha inchi seeds as a snack, or use Sacha inchi protein powder in smoothies. The oil can be used on salads to boost absorption of vitamins A, D, E, and K. Now, let's bring everything together. The 6-seed muscle rebuilding system. Each of these seeds works through a different biological pathway. That's why the combination is so powerful. Let's recap. Hemp seeds improve protein absorption so your muscles actually receive the nutrition you eat. Pumpkin seeds provide magnesium and zinc to support muscle contraction, vitamin D activation, and hormone balance. Chia seeds deliver slow-release amino acids and hydration while you sleep and recover. Flax seeds optimize hormones and gut muscle signaling, reducing age-driven muscle breakdown. Sesame seeds strengthen muscle contraction and cellular energy production through calcium and mitochondrial support. Sacha inchi triggers actual muscle growth by delivering high leucine and complete protein. This is not about eating one magic food. It's about rebuilding the entire muscle support system that aging slowly shuts down. A simple daily plan. And here's how most people use these seeds without changing their whole diet. Morning, smoothie or yogurt with hemp. Ground flax. Afternoon, handful of pumpkin seeds or chia in water. Evening, meals with sesame seeds or tahini post-walk or evening snack. Sacha inchi seeds or protein powder. No complicated programs, no extreme diets. Just layering muscle support nutrients into meals you already eat. What this really means for your future. Now imagine this 6 months from now. Standing up from a chair without pushing off with your arms, climbing stairs without gripping the railing, carrying groceries without planning every step, lifting your grandchild without hesitation, walking longer without feeling unstable, moving with confidence instead of caution. Muscle is not just about strength. It's about balance reaction time, fall prevention, independence. And here's the truth most people never hear. Muscle loss is not an inevitable part of aging. It's largely a nutritional and hormonal problem. Even people in their 80s and 90s can rebuild muscle when the biology is supported correctly. Your muscles still know how to grow. They just need the right signals and building blocks. And that's exactly what these seeds provide. You don't need a gym membership to start. You don't need expensive supplements. You don't need extreme workouts. You need better absorption, lower inflammation, proper mineral balance, strong protein signals. Start with one seed this week, then add another. By next month, your body will be operating in a completely different internal environment, one that favors rebuilding instead of breakdown. If this video helped you, share it with someone you care about, someone who's slowing down, someone who thinks weakness is just part of getting older. Because it doesn't have to be. Your best strength is not behind you, it's waiting for the right nutrition to bring it back.